Hi everyone, I'm Cyndi Combs. I'm an empowerment coach here in Vallejo, California, and today I want to talk about the 369 liver cleanse in the Anthony William bestseller Liver Rescue. The reason that I decided I wanted to do this cleanse was because I had personal experience with SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, that was diagnosed a couple years ago with horrible symptoms that made me very, very sick and took me out of work for quite some time. When I read about the cleanse and the fact that Anthony says SIBO is actually a symptom of a stressed out and toxic liver, I thought, hey, this is the cleanse for me. So I did the cleanse last month for 9 days. It's the 369 cleanse, and as described in the book. And I had fabulous results. I got so excited about it, I decided I wanted to do it again. And I am also, since I'm an empowerment coach, I started talking about how excited I am about this cleanse because it energized my life in such a magnificent way. So now there are 12 or 13 people who are embarking on the cleanse this time with me. And I'm doing this little video blog as a way to motivate you guys and inspire you and answer any questions that you may have based on only my own experience. I have no formal training with this cleanse. I just really enjoyed it a lot. I loved the benefits. I'm doing it again starting tomorrow, and I'm hoping that we can all share our experiences as far as which recipes work for us and which days we might have some uncomfortable symptoms or find a few challenges along the way. So that's what I'm here for. I hope you reach out to me if you have any questions specifically. Again, my name is Cyndi Combs, and you can find all my information at cyndicombs.com/coaching. Okay, so what benefits was it that excited me so much? The thing that I most enjoyed about this cleanse was the fact that all of the inflammation in my low back and hips that had taken me off work for such a long time and impacted my paycheck simply went away. The low back pain, the inflammation, the SIBO symptoms, which had sort of started creeping back into my life, completely gone. I had been dealing with hot flashes for the last several years, sweating my sheets 2 or 3 times a night, and those symptoms completely disappeared also. I noticed an increased energy overall after the cleanse and absolutely improved my sleep quality. I am not saying that you will have any of these results. Your results will vary depending on what you're coming into the cleanse, what your reasons for coming into the cleanse are. On the front of the book, Anthony lists several reasons, which are eczema, psoriasis, diabetes, strep, acne, gout, bloating, gallstones, adrenal stress, fatigue, fatty liver, weight issues, SIBO, and autoimmune disease. So if you are coming in with any of those symptoms that he's talking about, there's a chapter in here that will talk to your symptoms specifically. And it's quite possible that your benefits are going to include improvements in those kinds of symptoms. So they're going to vary based on per person. One question that people have asked me, more than one person, is what kind of food do you get to eat on this fast? And I would like to state very clearly that it's not a fast. You get lots and lots of food. Fasting means that you refrain from eating calories. This particular cleanse is designed by Anthony William to support the needs of your liver and your adrenal glands and your entire body as the liver slowly and gently releases toxins that it may have been holding on to for years. And to do that, he prescribes a very particular kind of food that you're supposed to eat in the first 3 days, the next 3 days, and the final 3 days of the cleanse. Those have been discussed in another blog post, but I did want to mention that because you might find some challenges in the middle part of the cleanse due to the restrictions of what kinds of foods that you eat. But at no time are you ever restricted on how many calories you can eat. You can eat as much food as you want to, as long as it falls under the categories of what you're supposed to be eating during those days. And the cleanse is very clearly outlined in the 369 chapter of the book. So you do not or should not go hungry on the cleanse. You should be eating as many calories as you want. I know that I read one account, one woman said that she was eating, 3 full bunches of asparagus every day. It's totally within the limits of the cleanse, so totally allowable. Eat, do not feel hungry. Eat. It's like, have more apples, have more asparagus. Anything that's allowed on the day that you're eating, eat more of it. Don't go hungry. That having been said, one of the detox symptoms that I encountered in days 4, 5, and 6 was a feeling of hunger, like my stomach was gnawing at itself. I thought I was starving. But then I thought about it again, and it's like I had already eaten a large amount of steamed vegetables with a huge big salad, followed by 2 or 3 apples and some dates. I was not hungry. I had more than enough calories in me. The thing that was getting me was it was a detox symptom. I think it was because my body was adjusting to operating on far cleaner fuels. Even though I eat very healthy, I have a lot of fats in my diet. I eat a lot of avocados and nuts, and those things are high in fat. And this cleanse gives you 0 fats after day 3. And my body was adjusting. And I think as it transformed into a body that could burn clean vegetable fuels, it was just giving me this toxic release that made me feel like I was starving. I was not starving. So you may have symptoms like that. You may find that you're headachy, especially if you're someone who drinks coffee. If you are a coffee drinker, I highly recommend you try and get away from the coffee for 2 or 3 days, if possible, before you start the cleanse, because that'll be one less sort of detox symptom that you're having while you may be experiencing other detox symptoms, depending on your experience. And I want to hear about your experience. Let me know any of the detox symptoms you're experiencing. Let me know any of the challenges that you're facing. Especially let me know if you find a recipe that really works for you. That's ever so helpful. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, somebody asked me, how long did your symptoms stay gone after the cleanse? And the answer to that is until I started eating cheese. Dairy is one of the things that I'm allergic to, and I generally do not eat it. Sometimes I do choose to eat dairy, and that happened last week. It's been almost a month since I finished the cleanse. A full 3 weeks plus that I had no inflammation in my back, which I still have no inflammation in my back, by the way. But my hot flashes did come back the morning after I ate cheese. So that's the answer to that. As long as I was still eating clean, and for me, clean did not mean like I was eating on the cleanse, because that's too restrictive for anyone to stay on all the time. But I generally eat clean, and I'll avoid the wheat, the dairy, and the sugar because I personally have allergies to those. And as long as I don't eat them, as long as I wasn't eating them after the cleanse, I didn't have any of those symptoms return. One more thing I want to say before we go is that to take the judgment out of what you're eating, overall, we don't like to use the terms bad and good to talk about our foods. Nourishing and depleting takes the judgment out of foods. Because if you call a food bad and then you eat the food, you think of yourself as bad. So nourishing versus depleting food choices makes it feel like more of a choice than, oh, I have to do this because those are bad foods. About nourishing and depleting foods, Anthony has designed the cleanse to include only nourishing foods. Nothing prescribed on this cleanse is going to be depleting to you. Again, you may feel very tired as one of the symptoms of detox as your body starts to release those toxins it's been holding on to. This is also an optimum time to notice how your body feels. What kind of symptoms are you having? Maybe you want to write about that in a journal or just jot it on a piece of paper so that you can take a look at it at the end of the cleanse and see what the improvements have been. Make notes on how your body feels when it's running solely on nourishing foods. How does it feel? What differences occur for you? Becoming aware of these changes can help us stay motivated to make healthier choices in our lives. So I think that's all that I have for now. Again, if you have any questions, please contact me. Again, my website is cindycombs.com/coaching. And my email address is cindycombs@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And I hope each of you has a really awesome experience doing the Anthony William Medical Medium Liver Rescue 369 Cleanse. Have a fabulous day.